Hello and welcome, chess enthusiasts. Today we have game number 4 of the match between Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky. This game just began by the opening Sicilian opening game, and it was a tough game for both, and especially Fischer just relieved the pressure and released the pressure after just doing this match and ending this game. The match was very interesting. I have a lot of interesting drawings just going to show you to you. So let's start the game. Why not? We have e4 and Bobby is just playing with the white pieces. Bobby Fischer is white pieces and Boris Spassky playing with black pieces. There we go. We have e4, c5, as I said, open Sicilian, d6, d4, takes, knight to f6, knight to c3, knight c6. We have bishop to c4. I'm not a kind of fan of bishop to c4 because of the move e6 and somehow practice diagonal. So, but Bobby went for that, but nothing, no major problem with that, I think. And we go bishop to b. Bobby played bishop to b3. Good move. We have bishop d7, bishop e3, castles. So Bobby in this game just chose the move castles. Okay, so but a better move could be queen to e2 after the move. So in this round, a lot of people asked why knight to a5 is not good because of castle. And if you take, we just take with the a pawn. And we are having a nice position. We just want to push on this side of the board by playing g4, g5, h4, h5, and to somehow go h5 and g6. Okay, so you should notice this. But what about the other line, which comes with the move e5? What happens after e5 is that knight to f3, h6. If there are also just two lines here, it's one of them is bishop to g4, guys. After h3, we just takes, and after knight to d4, we have queen to d1, and white is having a straight advantage in this moment. Okay, so knight takes b3, a takes b3, and as I said, white is having a straight advantage. So, what happens if not bishop to g4? For example, the move h6. Okay, then we just castle this with short castles. We have knight to a5 now, and rook f to d1. So we are just now trying to take the pawn on e5. If you take, then you just lose your queen. So that's why bishop to d7. We go bishop to d5, knight to c6, and the game continues. Okay, so that didn't happen in the game. We have just simple move castles, and we have a6. Now, so now you might wonder and ask yourself what happens if the move knight to a5 is not just played. I tell you. So one of them is knight to a5. We have, for example, f4. We don't care about taking on b3 after a takes, and white is having nice position, no major problem with this. So, but a6 move was just played in this position. We have f4 from Fischer, and now knight takes d4. You might again wonder why knight to a5 is not played because of this very interesting run. So we have e5, knight to d5. So you have two pieces to capture the pawn on d5. And it seems right that black is just losing the pawn, huh? Is black just losing the pawn? Let's see. If bishop takes on d5, we have e chapters on d5, knight chapters on d5. We have d takes on e5. And now, as you see, your both knights are under attack. The move that protects both of them is one of them is knight takes e7, queen takes e7, f takes on e5, queen takes on e5, and this game is just draw after bishop left. Or even knight to b3 is also doing the same job, some of the same job. After knight to b3, we just take takes, and we have, for example, bishop to e6, and the game is completely draw. Uh, but what happens if knight captures on d5? We have again e captures on d5, bishop captures on e5, d captures on d5, f captures. Oh, sorry, we have at f because you just lose your bishop there, so you must somehow care about them by playing knight to f3 or knight to b3 or knight to e2. Both of three of them are playable in that line, so no major problem. For example, after knight to f3, we take takes and bishop to f6, and the game continues. Okay, so so that move, knight to a5, was not played. Instead, Boris Spassky decided to take the knight on d4. We have knight takes on d4, bishop takes on d4, b5, and here a3 was just played. Okay, a better move could be e5, pushing the center. We have knight to e8 coming back, defending the knight. It is not completely good. It's also playable to take on e5. That bishop takes on e5 because of this queen to b6. After king to h1, we have bishop b7. And now look at this very powerful bishop on the diagonal. And white should just play perfectly to just survive this position. Okay. After, as I said, knight to e8, we go knight to e4, bishop b7, queen to d3, defending the knight. We have b5, sorry, b4, c3, a5, so a5 is kind of threatening this one. You have this, but if I take, then we have this double fort, and he wins material, okay? So, for example, if you play this, then bishop to a6, and now you have b5. But if you play bishop to c4, you just run to this problem. But let's go to the main right now. So, as I said, the move a3 was just great in this position. We have bishop to b7, and here it is a nice question for you guys. What to play in this position? Fischer played queen to d3. It's a good move, nothing wrong about it. But pause the video for now and just think, what do you play in this position? Yes, I hope you have just find it. The move that could maybe be played is king to h1, completely ignoring the threat of taking this pawn twice. But why? After here, if knight captures on e4, we take on bishop takes on g7, king takes on g7. We have, yes, knight takes on e4, bishop takes on e4, then queen to e4, and double attack on the king and the bishop. and taking the back the piece. For example, if you continue bishop to f6, queen to takes e4, bishop takes on b2, we have rook a d1. If you go greedy and just take on that, then you run just into trouble. After rook to f3, f5, then queen to b7, then rook to f7, rook g3, king f8, queen to f3, and you are just having problem with this one. So you must be really careful in this position here. But that didn't happen in the game. Fischer just defended simply by playing queen to d3. We have a5 now. Brilliant move from Boris Spassky. And what happens if you take with the knight is, after you take with the knight, I just take the pawn on e4 with my bishop. Okay, if you take with the queen, then I go bishop to a6, completely skewering your queen and rook, and I just actually stack your rook there. So that's why taking on b5 is at the moment impossible. So we have e5, good move from Fischer, e5, and d captures on e5, f captures on e5. What happens if bishop captures on e5 is a4. And if you move away bishop to a2, now as you can see, your bishop is somehow trapped. The move that in the opening, as I said, bishop to c4 is that for this reason that I don't like, because it sits completely just blocks it. And now, especially after the moves b5 and a4, now this bishop is not really amazing there. Okay? But we have white pieces in trouble now. Queen to b6, bishop to d4, hitting the queen. So now we go bishop to c5, bishop to c5 takes, and after king to h1, rook after d8, we go queen to e2, and we have again b4 push, takes, and after queen to e3. Why the move queen to e3 is just played here? Because of this threat, bishop to a6, then again threatening to skewer the queen and the rook. So queen to e3, we have the move a3, and it's very difficult position to white to just play. After, for example, this is completely winning for black pieces. Now even knight g4 is a threat here. It's a serious threat in this position, and black is completely crushing white. So that is the problem of bishop takes on e5. So now we just Fischer understood it deeply and just captured the right piece. F takes on e5. He just played. We have knight to d7. So Boris just gave up a pawn for some more activity and bishop pair in the future. We see the advantage of bishop pair. So we have knight captures on b5 from Fischer. It's not able to just take the queen because of bishop to a6, and again skewering the queen to the rook. And white is just losing his rook. Okay, so we have knight takes b5, knight c5, bishop takes on c5, bishop takes on c5 with comes with check. Now king to h1, we have queen to g5. The serious dead threat is queen takes to g2, which is mate. So Fischer was really was ambitious and wanted to win it by just up a pawn. So that's why I believe he didn't want the queen exchange. The best move is queen exchange in this position. Is the move queen to g3, queen coming back to g3, defending the pawn, offering an exchange of queens, because these bishops are really a monster, are really deadly monster. So queen to g3, queen takes g3, and takes g3, and Fischer could be just able to survive this uh, much better, okay? So, but he didn't go for that. He went queen to e2, defending the pawn on two, but letting this monster alive and live. We have rook a to d8, and here is a kind of position that comes. It's one of the nice moves is knight to d6 after bishop takes d6. Takes and after rook to d1. After rook f to d8, the best move is rook to d3 or just rook takes on d6. I believe rook d3 is the best move. And rook takes d3 now, c takes on d3. And now it comes with rook takes on d3. If you take them, this is mate. So taking on d3 is not possible there. Okay? But let's go back. Fischer played also rook a to d1. No major problem, no big problem with this move. Take states, and we have the move h5 from Spassky. Spassky could have tried to trick and sneaky some maneuver here, okay? By playing here, and now he wants to go here. And for example, after bishop to e3, you play a4 and completely ignoring the threats. We have bishop to f4 now. Now, if you just completely ignore the threat and go like this, then you are just dead and lost by playing queen to h4. The threat is to take here. If you play here, then he takes this because you can't take because of this pin by this monster piece on b7. Okay, for example, as I said, here, if you play here, then here is possible. You can't take because of this. But the Spassky went for the move h5 in this position and didn't see this idea at all. We have knight to d6 hitting the bishop on b7. A good move could be an interesting continuation, guys. Please watch it to the end of this variation. And please don't forget to like and comment on this video. And please also make sure that you have subbed to the channel, okay? I will be just very happy and that would be just very encouraging for me to just continue my videos, uploading interesting videos on this channel. So let's go to the game again. We have after knight to d6, we have bishop a8 from Boris Spassky, but a better move could be maybe bishop to c6. Let's see the interesting knight now. After bishop to c4, rook to d8, we have bishop to d4. And now the idea is, the white's idea is to go here. Sorry. White's idea is to actually go here and exchange one of the most dangerous black's pieces here. So black can has two ways to deal with this threat. Okay, one of them is g6. Why the move g6? Are you just kidding me? G6. How does it stop this? Because of queen takes on e5. Now if you take, then I'll just take your queen here. Okay. What another tricky way to stop bishop to e4 is actually queen to h4. If you just go here, then you are just losing completely. Bishop takes e4. If you take, I take, and this is just mate. Goodbye. Okay. And after this, if you take with the knight, then I'll just take your rook. After queen takes on e1, then I'll just take your knight here, and I'm a piece. Then I tell you again goodbye. GG. Okay, so, but as I told you, bishop to a8 was just played. We have bishop to c4. So one of the threats maybe could be rook to f1 and completely hitting this pawn, so keeping this rook somehow passive on f8. H4 was just played, and here Bobby just feared and played h3. And maybe somehow ambitious, as I said, because he could have tried this. I see it right away, this move. After bishop takes e4, queen takes e4, this game is completely draw. Okay? h3 was played by Bobby. We have bishop to e3. Now again the threat is queen to g2, queen to g3, and somehow bishop to f4. So for example, if you hit the bishop again, then we have bishop to f4, and is trying to hit the pawn on e5. Okay, I'm going this way also. So, but that was sorry. So bishop to e3, we have queen to g4, and actually Bobby just understood immediately and play queen to g4 to stop the major threat of queen to g3, guys. Okay, we have now queen to g4, queen takes on e5, queen takes on h4, we have g5 here, and Bobby just played queen to g4. He could have tried queen to e1, a good, nice choice there. After queen to f4, we have coming back bishop to e2 here, and the threat is bishop to h5, and hitting and putting pressure on the pawn on f7 here. We have bishop to b6, queen to f1, offering exchange of queens, queen to g3, and black continues with a stride advantage, and white just should play the best move to just equalize this game. For example, after rook to d3, we have bishop to e3, bishop to f3, okay? Bishop captures, and a lot of you love to take with the queen, but it is dangerous and suicide. Okay, after queen to takes on f3, we have just queen to e1. After here, we have just bishop to g1 here, 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 and here is just famous mate. So, but let's go back to the main lines, guys. So after queen to g4, we have the move bishop to c5, and trying to take it. Okay, so we have knight to b5 now. We have king to g7, and one of the most tricky moves of this game was this move, king to g7. What are you doing, Mr. Spassky? The threat is, so what is the black threat? Why king to g7 was just played now? What is black's threat in this position? So for example, if you go this way, what is the black's threat? Black's idea now? Black's idea is rook to d8, sacrificing the rook. If you take, I'll just go queen check. After here, I'll just have bishop to g1. After, for example, like this, then you just got checkmated here. Okay, so and if you try to somehow break this diagonal, then we have again non-rook to h8. He's coming here. What are you going to do about nothing? You think? So that was the point of king to g7. Wow. Okay, so knight to d4, trying to somehow block and defend that threat. We have rook to h8 from Spassky, but could have tried rook to d3 after c3, defending the knight. We have the move bishop to b6 going back and somehow putting white in Zutzman by somehow, and Black still has his own plans of pushing and coming bishop c7 and just straight up checkmate everywhere. Now these two bishops are really a monster in this game. But Boris Spassky went the wrong move. Played rook h8. Now to f3. Coming back, defending, and also blocking this diagonal for the bishop. And also trying to take and also to simplify the game. We have takes, rook to h4, sorry, bishop to d6. The best move is rook to h4. After rook to h4, we have g4, well, bishop d6, queen g2, queen to e3, queen e3. Total is to take this pawn and simply go here and take the queen and just win the game. So rook to e3, d3 just defensive. We have check queen g1 bright and queen takes on c2, and believe it or not, the game is equal because of this move queen to d4 check. We have king to d6 and we have queen takes on d6, and this game is draw. But we have bishop to d6 now, and after queen to c3, queen trade takes, and here we have bishop to e5, rook to d7, king to f6, king g1, bishop takes on c3, bishop to e2, bishop coming back to e5, king f1, rook to c8, we have bishop to h5, rook to c7, takes, push, and something like this. c4, c5 to just giving up this pawn to take that, and in this moment of the game, they agreed a draw. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and comment on this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget the power of the bishop pair. Once Spassky gave up a pawn to just have those beautiful uh, bishop pair. Complete crushing. Okay, and it was somehow I bring the ambitiousness of Bobby to just let this power of the bishops just rise and arise. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and comment on this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Goodbye for now.